What's really good, LeSBP Trading Familia, Buenos Dias, Bonjour, Bon dia, Isao, Bon. I feel like the 19th time. Y'all won't know because I can't put in cuts and edits, but bruh, I promise you, when I'm able to put in cuts and edits, y'all will see how many times I want to either fuck this up or get interrupted or can't finish because I gotta pause and come back. Ugh, it's just too much. And now OBS doesn't even let you pause. So I can't even pause the video. I gotta like literally re-record. But either way, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We'll start with just a few Arabic things, and then after that, we'll jump right into the trading.
Vivid.
Bib 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 bib. All right, Jubi, 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 Jubi. Here we go. Jubi, bib bib, bib bib. We just did that one. Baba, Kudi, 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 Kudi. Yep. Book. Cool.
Kebab.
So we're gonna get off of that. But either way, man, this week was, I'm not gonna lie to you all. It was bad, but it wasn't like as bad as it could have been. We only lost $12 overall and some change. Um, a lot better than week 12, I think, where we lost like 30 something dollars on the account in that one week. I think we did a lot better with management of the trades, but we kind of fucked up because we used too big of a lot size. So I'm just going to start from the bottom and then we'll go over the trades as they look like on the actual in trading view. All right. So if you don't know, my broker is forex.com. I've had two accounts. One was a spread only account, and this one that we're currently using is a raw pricing account. I started off with about $411. We are currently down to $351.48. Last week, this week, excuse me, I started off with 363 because we were already down. But this week I start off with 363.75, so that means we lost $12 in this week. Overall, though, we've lost like $35 total or $36 total, maybe a little bit more. My math is horrible, but y'all get it. So this week we started off really good on Monday with a $15.80 positive trade. As you can see, we were using 4,000 units, or for forex.com, that is 0.04 lots, and we were doing great. We took two more trades in that day on USD CAD, and we lost both of those. But as you can see, Euro USD, Euro USD, Euro USD, all the fucking way. So let me go ahead and start reading off my comments because, yeah, I don't want to miss anything here. So what can I say? One, we fumbled horribly this week. Monday was supposed to be a beautiful setup for the rest of the week. Number two, we increased our leverage after a great trade, and then we end up losing everything. That's not totally true. I won't lie. But at the same time, we did lose a lot, as you can see, moving forward from that great trade on Monday. We ended up losing a little bit more than we were supposed to using that 0.10 lot size. And as you can see, we ended off the week just straight fucked. Now, number three, we followed strategy, but increasing that leverage made us tunnel again to just one pair. And of course, it was Euro USD because I'm most comfortable with Euro USD. But which we again took a lot of L's, after that one nice winner. So as you can see, we got that one nice winner. We took literally two trades on USD CAD and then Euro USD all the way the fuck up after that. Sorry if you don't like cussing. I apologize to my mom and my aunts because they watch my channel too. But it really pisses me off that we did this. We did it to ourselves, basically. Number four, there was a good in this week though. I see that if we can stay disciplined, we could be winning or at least break even on these tough weeks. So what I'm trying to say is we didn't have to lose this much money. We didn't have to lose $12. It's not huge, but at the same time, if we had just stuck with the plan, stayed disciplined, stuck to the strategy, we did well. Good thing is we did stick to the strategy. We didn't stick to our plan. The strategy is good because we took all the Euro USD trades we were supposed to. But the USD CAD, USD Chef, and AU fell by the wayside because we had so much leverage on Euro USD that we couldn't trade anything else. But had we done it the right way, then we would have come out on top because we actually had a few many good trades on all the other pairs too. We had at least two good trades on AU, and then I think there was at least two also on USD CAD and one and one. It was like a winner and a loser on USD Chef. But just because I didn't take them, I didn't jot them down. So I'm just like, fuck it. All right, number six, over $12 lost, which isn't groundbreaking. But I can only imagine that, that number being so much smaller if we had stuck to the plan. And basically, I just told you all what that was. Number 7, navigating through the raw pricing account is becoming too much of a task. And when I say that, I'm meaning like this raw pricing account is this one right here. The navigation point that I'm concerned about, or kind of more than not even really concerned, I'm pissed about, is the commissions. We lost $12 or $13 just on commissions by itself. So not only did we basically cut that to a total of like 80%, like gone already, then we end up losing more money. I'm pretty sure the only saving grace we had was the slight $7, four almost $5 here. You know what I mean? That was our only saving grace. That's why we didn't lose even more than just $12. But literally, the commissions by themselves were like $12, and I don't know. You got to account for that. Literally, when it's this small of account, you have to account for that kind of stuff. And then last but not least, I kind of said it this whole time, but I said lastly, this is NFP week. We kind of threw shit at the wind and got hit with it on repeat. I'm just going to navigate to the actual trade so you can see them. But basically, this is that very good trade on Monday. I felt so good about this trade. We had a nice support resistance. We had an area of interest. We had another area of interest. We had accumulation. I was just like, yes, it's all coming together. Not that I even use that stuff as confluences, but to me, I feel like those are like confidence boosters, you know? Moving on to Tuesday, we had, I feel so stupid because on Tuesday, we took the trade here. We got out of the trade just to get back in the trade after our session ended. Which is even worse because the spread is big and the spread is big and the commissions is also the same at the same time here. So not only did we lose commission, we also lost spread. But I felt even dumber because of some of the fact when we got back in, of course, it ends up losing. Now, we didn't lose the whole 6.5. I put the stop loss at 2.7 because we hit our 1-to-1. And if you know my strategy, once I get to 1-to-1, I move my stop loss up to a negative, what I consider a negative break even, which is a little bit under the entry. And in this case, we lost that. And I'm like, why did I even jump back into this trade? Then on Wednesday morning, we jumped into this trade here. And once again, like I said, we got tunneled on Euro USD. But the good thing was I was still slightly watching other pairs like USD CAD. Big candlestick on like 9:45. It was huge. I'm talking about just shot straight up. And that was like 15 minutes before the news. So that kind of let me know like, yeah, I might need to get out because the way that my pairs, the way that I work my pairs is I know that if your USD and AUD USD are going up, USD CAD and USD Chef are more than likely going down. I'm not saying it's always going to be that way, but more than likely they have a negative correlation. So USD CAD, USD Chef, if they're going up, then your USD and AUD are going down. So as soon as I saw USD CAD shoot up at 945, I was like, yeah, I need to get out of this trade. And we took a 4.6 pip positive on that trade, but at the same time, or 4.7, excuse me, I'm just looking at it, but 4.7 pip positive on that trade. But that's not what we were really looking for. I'm just glad we ended up getting out of the trade before that candle happened. After that candle, we took the breakout, but I didn't like how it was going. We stayed in this trade for pretty much forever. Yeah, been in this trade for 4 hours. Nothing has happened. Nothing better happened until tomorrow. I was gonna be pissed if something happened where it just all of a sudden dropped out of the sky after the session ended. I would have been pissed, or during the session and I already got out of it. I would have been pissed. So after this trade, we end up having a buy confluence. I got in that buy. Of course, we lost it. And then late at night, once again, undisciplined. These are the only two undisciplined trades I took. Luckily, this one here at 1800 and then this one at 2000. We took another trade, which we ended up winning. It's not that my strategy doesn't work outside of New York session. It usually just works best inside the New York session. So I usually don't take trades outside of New York. But this one actually worked out. It was pretty good. And it even went even further. But because of volume purposes, I was like, yeah, I don't know how far this thing is going to go. So I'm just going to get out. And we end up with 7 pips. We end up $7 basically on that trade. Market comes back down on Thursday. I feel really, really stupid about this day because this is kind of something that I was talking about, like when sticking to my plan, sticking to my strategy, stuff like that or whatever. We get into this trade at about 8:24, so the close of this candle. Stay in this trade for literally about 10 minutes. And as this candle comes down, I'm like, fuck me, I'm not sticking to this trade. Stop loss is too big. It's 28.6 pips. So once this candle comes back up about a pip and a quarter, I was like, yeah, get the fuck out. Got out, got out. And I'm like, in my head, I'm happy because I'm looking at this and this is me kind of future past me in a sense. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I already wrote this down. As soon as I got out and I saw this candle fly down and then it come back up, but then these two candles come down, I'm like, okay, cool. Closed early. Thank goodness we didn't stay in. That was a 28 pip loss because I'm thinking it's just going to flat out lose. Well, lo and behold, got a much better position, quote unquote, for the buy. Happy that we waited to see if the market was going to come back. So I waited and I was like, I'm going to see if it's going to come back in a buy position because technically we're supposed to still be in this buy. That's the thing about my strategy. Sometimes, these stop losses can be relatively big. In most cases, usually 9 times out of 10, it's very small, 5 pips, 10 pips, 8 pips, something like that. But sometimes, especially during high news, I can get those really, really big stop losses. And technically, I'm supposed to stick with it. Like, that's part of the strategy. That's part of my confluences. So either way, as where I'm going with this, as you can see, is we had to take a stop loss on this one, a negative break-even stop loss. Then we took 2 stopped out trades on this one, which was like $10 by itself because we got full stopped out for that one. So you got 5, 5, well, almost 6, and then 2, almost 3. So that's like $11 or $12 right there. Just to see this trade come right back up to break even. And I mean like a entry break even. Now, after all of this, I probably would have done the same thing that I did on this one, which was, hey, we've been in this for 4 hours, or this one even, hey, we've been in this for 4 hours. Let's go ahead and get the fuck out of this trade. Let's go ahead and finish this off because it's too much. And the good thing about it was I probably would have been even smarter because I already fucked up twice. I already did this on Tuesday and I already did the same thing on Wednesday. So I probably would have just got out of that trade with a 0 and not have to lose anything if I just listen to my strategy, listen to my confluences. But either way, enough bitching. And then last but not least, NFP, I had the opportunity. I was literally sitting here watching it and I just got scared because that's 67.3 pips. I was like, I'm not putting a stop loss at 67.3 pips. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. So literally 67.3 pips was my stop loss because I use EMAs and the candles are the wick of the candle usually ends up being my stop loss. And yeah, that's how the cookie crumbled. But as you can see, by the end of the day at 1600, we would have been up about 35, 36 pips. And this shit actually worked for every last one of my pairs that I actually trade. So USD CAD, USD Chef, and AU would have all been positive at the end of the day using NFP. And that's the thing that kind of chaps my ass the most. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. It was not a great week. I'm not going to lie to you all, but it could have been worse. I just have to really stick to my discipline, stick to my plan. I think what I want to do is go ahead and go from the raw pricing account to the spread only account. That way, I mean, yes, I will have to deal with a 1.2 pip spread instead of a 0, or a 2.3 pip spread instead of a 0.1 or 0.3. But I think with the added on spread plus my little bit of stop loss increase, I think it'll be okay. I mean, I might not even have to increase because of the fact that I'm already increasing the stop loss because of the spread. So either way, y'all get what I'm saying. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all had a better week than I. One of these weeks, I'm going to be able to say that shit with y'all. I'm going to be able to say, bruh, I hope y'all had good as week as I did. But yeah, not this week. And the other thing is I might just stick with the 0.10. The only reason is I want to stay disciplined and stick with one thing. If I keep going back to 0.10, fuck it, just stick with that. And if I lose all my money, that's my fault. But I need to stick with something, and because 0.04 just doesn't seem like enough to me, I'm not making enough money fast. Well, shit, let's go out and win or lose fast. Fuck it. So I know that's probably not the best idea, but I'd rather be consistent than inconsistent and win big one time with a very small lot size and do the same thing I did this week where I win big with a small lot size and I scale up or I try to level up. You know what I mean? Thinking that I'm doing something. But either way, appreciate it. Thanks. Peace. We finally got done with the video. Fuck it. Wow.